going to be episode, I don't know, of CueBall's Bearded Rambles. On today's episode, we have none other than RWS wrestlers, Tom Bond, who decided he didn't want to wrestle anymore, so he buggered off. We have the West Country champion, Logan. And we have the monster of RWS, Damian Shaw. How are you all doing?
Good, good. Do you know I'm good? Because I'm still champion, so come on.
Not entirely happy with that intro, to be honest with you.
What do you want me to say then, Tom?
Ex-best wrestler in RWS would have been.
An ex-worst wrestler in RWS then.
Hey.
Best. There we go, to make him happy. Ex-best wrestler. So, we're all good, yeah?
I'm good.
We're good. Right, so...
Yeah, I'm all good, buddy.
Good, good. So the first question I always ask, and I will go to each and every one of you. We'll start with Damian Shaw. So, Damian, how and why did you get into wrestling?
So, let's take it back to about 1999. Pretty much, my uncle was watching WrestleMania 15 on VHS, and pretty much I sat down and watched Rock versus Austin, and that match for me was just the best, and it made me from that age just wanted to get into wrestling, and like, you know, it just spurred me on, and you know, like, yeah, it was pretty, yeah, it was momentous feeling for me, you know, to get into, you know, the wrestling.
Yeah. Well, it's a good match to start with. Really good match. Austin and The Rock. I enjoyed that one myself as well.
Yeah.
Logan, let's hear your story.
Yes, sir. Well, it was my cousin, Aaron Fusion, who got me into it. He just put it on, and I don't know, I must have been 6 years old, but I was just like, what the hell is this on TV? It's like mesmerized, you know what I mean? The best thing. And yeah, I just remember, I think the first match I seen, I remember it was HBK versus what was that guy in the space costume? The Max Moon, whatever his name was. I think he had like a crazy gimmick.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I was just enticed by HBK, and he was like my inspiration. Like, so yeah, just since I was a kid, man. Like, you know. So
same story. Since you was a kid, and then you watched wrestling, and you was like, I want to crack at that. And now,
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
There we go. Same question for you, Tom Bond.
So, first match I remember ever watching was CM Punk's ECW debut. I think it was against Just Incredible. And I've thought CM Punk was really cool, and that was pretty much what got me into wrestling. It wasn't even just the actual wrestling side of it. It was him I thought was really cool, and then from there I sort of like got into WWE, and yeah, just sort of like fell in love with it from there. I think what really grew my passion in wrestling was like getting into independent wrestling.
Yeah.
Because I started to find like WWE's product quite stale, and TNA getting a little bit samey and a bit boring. And when I'd like sort of discovered like independent stuff and like New Japan and Ring of Honor and things like that, that's what really got me into like being passionate about it, because there was so much, and it was like almost a buffet of different things that I really enjoyed. I remember watching the match. I can't remember who it was against, but it was Chris Hero against somebody, and seeing somebody who sort of looked like him being able to do the things he was doing, like, sort of made me want to do it, or at least give it a try. And then when I did, I just like fell in love with it. That's sort of how I came into it, really.
No, that's cool. Good, because everybody's got their own way of coming into it, haven't they? So, we've got the introductions done. So, Logan, I know you've been around the independent scene for a long time, because I know you from way back.
Way back. That's it.
Way back when. UCW days.
Yeah, that's it.
So what's next for Logan? So I know, Logan, you are, like I said, the West Country champion. What's next for you after this quarantine?
Well, the thing is, I've got a lot of people after my belt, so I've got to stay on top form, you know. So
yeah,
there's a lot of hungry young youths out there that they want it, they're aiming for it. Do you know what I mean? So basically, my plan is just to stay on top. You know, everyone's using those elastic bands, you know, like you just gotta do what you gotta do, innit? You know, keep in shape, you know.
Yeah. Each to their own, innit?
That's my plan basically, is I'm just gonna continue to be the best really in RWS. So
do you think you're the best?
just ask the people, innit, you know. I mean, that's, have you seen that massive Logan sign? Like, you know, I know they got a big D1, but forget about him, he's alright, you know what I mean? But you know, he's not Logan, is he? You know? So
True.
yeah, that's my plan, man. So
oh, nice. Well, I can see Damian nodding his head or shaking his head in disagreement. So, what's your thoughts on that?
What's my thoughts?
Yeah, why
So,
don't
what
you
I'm going to
agree?
do is, so pretty much what I'm going to do is when wrestling starts, I'm gunning for that title. And not only am I going to take that title away from you, Logan, because don't get me wrong, I respect you. And I respect the hell out of what you are. But the thing is, I was champion as well. And I'm going to take that title and I'm going to absolutely hold it over every single buddy. Because I am the true champion of RWS. And you know that is true.
Ooh.
You couldn't beat me though.
Well, yeah. Like Tom just said, you couldn't beat him.
well, there you go.
Well,
At the end of the day, it's all just fighting talk in it until they get in the ring and prove it. So, you know,
yeah, but who
I respect you too. You come in, you've worked hard. But say that again.
I said, who beat you for my first title run?
Exactly.
That was me.
He's not saying anything now.
Me.
So.
I have your number. I know your weaknesses. I know everything about you, buddy.
Okay.
Who did you lose?
Right, there you go, CueBall and Tom Bonds. You've witnessed that. You've witnessed him saying that now. So he has to back up his words, doesn't he? So.
Go on then, Tom. You have your mouthpiece in.
Well, just say, Damian, I managed to draw against you with a broken back. So anything you say is irrelevant to me. Really.
Yeah, but who's still competing, buddy? Who's still competing?
I drew with you with a broken back. Would have beaten you if the referee didn't screw me out of a count-out win.
Nah, man. No way.
With a broken back. 9 months off.
Yeah, but
Came back and couldn't do it anymore. But I still didn't lose.
if it was a draw, though,
But I didn't
a draw is a draw. You still didn't beat me.
There's
no
only
way.
one person here that's actually beaten me. And he knows who he is. He beat me in my last match.
Good. But that was a tag team.
Be careful what you wish for, Damo. Be careful what you wish for. That's what I'm going to say.
You see, CueBall, this is what happens because people want that gold, and you see them, they're hitting each other with their handbags. I love watching it. I like seeing Tom Bond and Damian fight. It gives me pure entertainment because
Well, this is what I want.
Yeah.
This is what I want from
Yeah,
you. I want the fight. I want the talk and the cheap talk and all the cheap talk. You know what I mean? The talking smack and shit. I want that. Oh, we can swear on this as well. So if you want to call each other complete and utter twats, then go for it.
No,
Okay.
I'm not going to
Fuck Logan's. Fuck Logan's title run, and this is my time. I'm coming back, and I'm taking that. And you know, I'm gunning for you.
Hey,
Sorry, you're either breaking up or you're chatting absolute crap. Could be one or the other, So
Should I leave?
which one is it?
We good? Are we calming down now? Are we going to carry on with this interview? And I got to
you know what?
I've been a gentleman since day one. I don't know about these two bitches, but you know. So yeah, let's carry on.
Yeah. Are we called to carry on? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
let's go.
Let's carry on. Let's carry on. Shut the fuck up and let's carry on. So, you have all worked in different promotions in the UK, yeah? So, Tom, this is going to you first. Out of all the promotions you have worked for, which was your favourite? Be biased. If you want to be biased, it's fine. If you just tell the truth, whatever you want to do.
I think.
All right, let me say this better then. Which one have you had the best experience in then? Is that fair?
Yeah, no, I'll answer sort of both. Obviously, RWS is like my home promotion, where I had the majority of my success and where I think I was best known for anyway. You maybe could argue HCW, what is now AWA, I was like relatively known for as well and did all right for, but RWS is mainly where I break through. I think one of the best experiences I had is it's actually after finishing wrestling, I did managing and refereeing with PCW in January, and that was a really cool experience around like a new crop of guys that I hadn't worked with or worked around, and some of them I knew or knew of, I should say. Guys like Big T Justice was there. I don't know if any of you have heard of him. Yeah, he like people like that up there. That was really cool. It was a cool learning experience because a lot of my wrestling stuff happened around the like same sort of places. So to go somewhere else like that and experience a different sort of vibe around the company was really good. But I think my favourite promotion to work for was definitely RWS because I think that's where I was really allowed to shine as myself and be the wrestler I really wanted to be, and I think that showed in the way that I feel like a lot of my stuff there was good. I'm really happy with pretty much everything I did there, and I think with the respect I got from the fans at the end was really solidified that for me. So that's probably my favourite place.
Yeah, that's good answers. Good answers. Going to you, Damian.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same page. Like RWS for me. Like I've worked, for as Tom said, like HCW now AWA, but RWS is like gave me like kind of the start to like kind of like how do I say it, like create my own persona, my own brand. If you know what I mean. And like I'm gonna always be thankful to like Lewis Blaine for like showing me, well actually training me and showing me a few things and showing me the ropes and literally but I mean giving me the opportunity to shine as the heel that I am now. Like I'm always gonna be grateful for that. But yeah, RWS for me was the best place to work, to be quite fair.
Fair enough. Okay. Logan, this is going to include your past, wherever you've gone, buddy, wherever you've gone.
A lot of places you don't want to know. Well, obviously, anywhere I've gone, I've put on my best performance. But so obviously I started off in UCW for Gareth, the gangster. And yeah, to be honest, things happen. Obviously, that's no more. But I've got to give him credit. He put me up. He put me up for the belt back then as well.
Yeah, he did.
So yeah, I'll be grateful for that always, which is good. I enjoyed my time there. But obviously, you got to be loyal. And RWS, man, Lewis done me a lot of favors. You just got to be loyal, ain't you? RWS all the way. Yeah.
RWS.
So
RWS.
Yeah, man.
That's three. What about you? What is, where does
where do I go?
Very, very.
All right. So in terms of being able being able to establish myself properly, I would have to say RWS as well. Out of all the promotions I've worked for, like, okay, so maybe if we're going back years ago when me and Logan would have first met, it would have been HCW, because working with Johnny was fantastic. He had me every weekend, wrestling, that is, literally had me. And I was able to establish DP. You know, I was able to establish this clown and silly twat, basically. And personally, I thought it went over nicely. But when I came back as CueBall, I would say RWS, because of how many shows Lewis has been able to put on. And yeah, so yeah, RWS, that's all for RWS. Everywhere else is good. I love it everywhere I go, to be honest, but RWS is the main one where I know all the fans, sorry. And it's just different. It's different in RWS. The fans are something different.
I feel like it's really improved a lot as well over the last 2 years, like two and a half years.
Yeah,
with even just production value and I think just the quality of shows improved a lot. I think we've had a lot of people come in, which we've always had really good people at the top of the card, like Tristan and Logan, for example. And I think it's good. Over the last few years, we've had people like you, Big D, even guys like Casey, Kenny, Mikey, Cat Von Cage, everyone. We've now got a higher, we've got more names coming in now, known wider around the country, and I think that's really helped grow RWS and helped bring a few more people in. And really, especially at the last few shows I did, the crowds were white hot, and it was a really fun place to wrestle and be around. And I think also with RWS's loyalty, like Logan mentioned, I've never had a company so loyal to me. Anytime I could come and wrestle, and even after the injury and stuff, really accommodating, really supporting. And that's one thing you'll always get from Lewis. That's something I think we can all really appreciate.
Yeah, definitely. Love it. Love the answer. So we're going to go into a bit about what you've been doing, Tom. So obviously, would you say you're retired?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you are a retired wrestler.
I'd love to come back, but I don't think that's a smart decision. Because my back gets messed up quite easily now.
Yeah.
And it sucks, but at the same time, I want to be able to enjoy my life in the later years, and I don't think I can do that if I wrestle anymore. And I would look at. I have thought about trying to come back and just do an RWS, and then having the breaks in between and things like that. But I think if I'm gonna have a pop at it, I want to do it properly, and I want to try and go as many places and be as successful as I can. And that is something I don't think I'm able to do now. But there's something I'm working on. I'm going to keep it hush-hush for now.
Okay.
But something I'm working on. I plan to be back in wrestling after lockdown.
Nice.
Do you mind if I chime in a minute? Is that okay?
Sorry?
Do you mind if I chime in on that a second?
Back on.
Yeah, it's a shame. I've seen there's a lot of potential, really a lot. It's a shame, that your back's a bit messed up. But whatever your future plans are, hopefully it works out, doesn't it? So,
thank you very much.
But, yeah, a lot of potential there. So.
The thing is, though, is me and Tom. He got into to the business before me, but I've traveled. I've traveled with Tom. I've we go way back, even years and years and years. But the thing is I've always. Pardon?
How long do you think we've known each other now?
Probably around about coming up to 20 years. I got to admit. I think it's got to be
a long time. Very long time.
Yeah. we pretty much grew up together, and it was a pleasure to, be his tag team partner, to fight alongside him, fight with him. But it's always been a pleasure. Like, I've got much respect for him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But then you let wrestling get between you, though, didn't you? So come on,
Stirring.
that's it. He's mixing up a big batter, like, he's staring at, like,
I didn't let it get in the way.
So this is the thing. So when somebody gets a bit of gold, it tends to go to their head sometimes. I think that's what happened. Is that fair?
With who?
With Damian and Tom. Would you say because obviously Damian at one time you was a champ, and then Tom thought, well, I wanna go for the bout. So I think, would you say that?
I wouldn't, because I remember back to when we lost the tag belts. Damian had his match later on for the gold, and left me, instead of getting pinned or be eliminated from our tag match, he walked out and left me 3-on-1.
Oh,
that's what happened. And then I was the bad guy, apparently, according to the fans. But
damn.
I think we need Jerry Springer. Do you agree?
Hey, no hard feelings now, but that's what it was. That's what happened.
You need some fighting midgets. Just get in there. Come on.
Thing is, though, you forgot that I actually had an injury, and I had to walk to the back.
And you still went and wrestled later on. If you're that injured, you wouldn't have been able
but I was fixed up, so it doesn't matter. Hey. Out with the old, in with the new. That's all I got to say.
Wow. So anyway, you heard it here first that Tom Bond may be coming back into wrestling after lockdown somehow. Who knows? But we will keep it quiet.
I want to keep it. I want to tell people, but I also want it to be a surprise.
Yeah, respect that.
We want to keep it on lockdown. Want to keep it on lockdown.
Keep that lockdown on lowdown. That's what he said.
Hey, mate, all the puns are coming out now. What's going on? You two hate each other earlier.
Yeah, that's it.
I am.
It's punter front. It's Thursday pun mania. That's it. So, yeah.
Yeah, just stop. So obviously, when RWS starts back up again, there's going to be a tournament for Mr. Logan's belt. Obviously, I know you're not involved in this in any way, Tom, that we know of. So I'm sorry to I'm sorry to exclude you out of this question a little bit.
That's fine.
But Logan, how do you feel about that? It's a gauntlet match.
I mean, to be honest, like I'm training hard still for this, and a little birdie did tell me that Kenny Mantra, like he's been talking behind my back and saying all this. I don't deserve to have the belt, So, and he's a new guy, so I don't know why he's running his mouth. So, to be honest, though, that makes me train harder because I can shut his mouth up even harder then. So, it's all good.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the way for the newbies is to start running their mouth a little bit, get their name out there, and then so they can be somebody basically. Well, feel like they can be somebody. I think that's what's happening at the moment with Kenny. So, how about you, Damian? What do you reckon? What do you think you're going to win it? What do you think will happen?
Well, if I got to be honest, it's been quite a long time since I've been even in the running for the title. But the thing is that people seem to forget that I was away from wrestling because I had to nurse a foot injury.
Mm.
But the thing is just everyone thinks that, Damian Shaw's back, so that means he's going to be back to, like dominance again. But the thing is I need to rebuild and let people know who I am again. And if that means by winning that tournament and kicking Logan off his fucking throne and taking that title, then I know that I've arrived back in RWS, because RWS has always been mine. I will make sure it's mine again. Look into these eyes, Logan. Cold as steel, brother. Cold as steel.
This is the most bipolar conversation I've ever heard in my entire life.
Would you look at her like she's getting nasty now, isn't she? You know, so.
No, I like it.
Damian, keep on running that. You're making yourself look stupid. So, I mean, Tom, as an outsider, who do you think would win now? You know, me or Damian?
You gotta go champions advantage, I think. I think that's what I'm basing it on at the moment is champions advantage. But at the same time, Damian's like a wild card, isn't he? So because he's been away for a bit and coming back from an injury, are we going to see something new? I don't know. So it's a tough one to call. And it's going to be a very interesting night. But I think I've seen Logan do things like this before and come through almost everything. So that's I have to fairly base it on the champion's advantage and what the champion's already done. That's just how it is. That's no dig on anybody.
No. An interesting take. Oh, very good. All right, and so we're going to move on now to the next question. So who do I go to first? I'm going to go, yeah. Well, you're pointing down, but to me, pointing down, that means going down to Damian.
Pointing down for me means you're pointing down to nobody.
All right, so we're gonna go to Damian on this one, and then we'll go to you, Logan, and then we'll go to Tom after. So I want to know what your highs and lows are so far in your journey in the wrestling world. You can go as personal as you want. You don't have to go. You don't have to go personal if you don't want to.
No. My low, even though it's a low, it's a funny low. So I remember I was working HCW, and it was in Rumble Mania. Now I remember I got chucked over. I was eliminated out of the Rumble. And there was a little kid, and he had glasses, and he was going, "Ha ha, ha ha, you got eliminated." So I turned around and I looked down at him and I said, "Shut up, Four Eyes." The kid completely went he started crying. The kid started crying. So I come to the back, and then all I could hear from the back is, "I'm going to fucking rip his head off. I'm going to fucking rip his head off." And I'm like, what the hell? And then there's the mum. And she goes, "I'm going to fucking rip his head off. You can't say that to my son." And I was just like, whoa. And I was just like standing there waiting for something. So she points to her boyfriend who was on crutches at the time. And she goes, "And he's going to kick your fucking ass." And I'm like looking at the guy and I'm thinking, dude, you're not going to kick my ass because you're on crutches. So let's take that one out of there. But my high was beating Logan for the RWS Championship. And it will always be my high because I am the real champion. Let's get that straight. Now, pass it on to the next guy.
Okay. Logan, highs and lows of your journey in wrestling. Starting back when you started to now.
Okay. Okay, I'll start with the low, work up. I think the lowest point was it's a funny thing, but at the same time, it's still the lowest point. I was working for UCW, And as I was making my entrance, this little kid decided to reach out and punch me square in the bollocks. I was like, I think that was a low point in my career. You know, I've just been almost KO'd by a kid punch me in the nads. You know, so and I had to act like it didn't hurt. And you know, when you get that pain go up, I was like, you know, that's worse than a big boot. You know, so that's a low point. I'd probably say a high point on a serious note. I really enjoyed working Tristan Hayes, especially our Ironman match that we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just one of my proudest matches. Many people don't know he was actually thrown up before. He was ill. He wrestled ill, so I respect that.
Oh, ill that day.
He was still giving me one hell of a match. So, yeah, that Ironman match was probably one of my highlights, I'd say. To be fair. And I won.
Nice. Tom, over to you, pal.
I think my low and my high, my highest moment is like the same thing. It is that last night, because it was a horrible feeling it actually finishing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that was the first time I really realised how appreciated I was by not only the wrestlers but the fans, and getting the reaction I sort of got on that last night was like something that I still think about like every day, and how cool that was. Because what I essentially said to Lewis was that I'm stopping, and I want to essentially say thank you and goodbye on the mic, because like I felt like RWS gave me the opportunity to be the wrestler I wanted to be and live a dream. So I wanted to say goodbye properly. And I had no idea that they were going to have all their like wrestlers come in the ring and stuff afterwards. And that was like a really cool moment. And to get that sort of respect from people that have been booing you for like 3 years,
yeah.
Was like a really cool feeling. But at the same time was also possibly the lowest, because, just obviously what it was. I think I'd put something on near level to that high, and that's the match with Damian in our first main event for RWS. It was the match I got hurt in, but it was probably my favourite match I've done, because obviously us knowing each other for so long, the sort of story behind it, us training at that company and then wrestling for the belt and having a really good match in the main event was like WrestleMania for us. That was like almost what dreams are made of. So that's like a cool memory. Broken back aside, that's like a cool memory that like I will always sort of stay with me, because it felt like we really achieved something. And so yeah, I'd say those. I can't really differentiate between the two.
No, I can see your answer. It makes sense. Your answer makes sense. Yeah, the only thing I regret about that is not being able to be there for you, man.
Wow, thank you.
No, I wish I was there. When I seen the video, I loved it. You know, when I would go as far as I got a little bit emotional about it. I was like, damn it, you know.
As emotional as I did, mate. I promise was.
Oh no, obviously, yeah.
As soon as I got in the ring, I was like,
yeah.
But
no, that's cool. So, Logan, one last question for everybody now. Opponents when we get back in the ring, when RWS gets back up off the ground, who would you like to face?
Well, like I said before, I heard Kenny Mantra was running his mouth, so I think that's got to be number one on my list. You know, just cut the new guys down a peg, because they're up here and they should be down here. Treat me with respect, talking crap behind my back. So you know, Kenny Mantra, if you're watching this, I reckon, right?
I trust.
Well,
nice.
Good trust.
Yeah. Damian. Opponent.
Do you know what? If anybody I want to face, who I've never faced before, and I'm going to call him out right now. I'm calling out Tristan Hayes. I want you, buddy. I've never fought you in my whole entire life. You've always been that one opponent that I've always wanted to put down and make sure that I'm the alpha. Because let's get one thing straight. You've been the alpha. You've been Mr. RWS for quite some time. But it's my time to take everything. I'm taking you out. I'm taking Logan's belt, and I'm going to be Mr. RWS, and that is Fat Jack.
Wow.
You come prepared tonight, aren't you? You know, I think you can really tell. You can really tell that you're missing wrestling. A lot of testosterone, I think, going on, aren't you, pal?
He's an angry man, isn't he? You know? I know what it is, actually. I know why he's angry. You missed the Ellen DeGeneres show this morning, didn't you? You're so upset about that, aren't you? I can see you sitting there with your little shaved head. Oh, I love you, Ellen, but you know, I think that's correct, isn't it? That's it.
Keep running your mouth. Keep running.
Thing is, I can back it up.
I'm coming back,
so,
buddy,
you know.
and I'm going to take that title.
In fact, I want to go on the Ellen
mate.
DeGeneres show just so I can slag you off. You know. In fact, I'll slag all of you off.
You're going to go on Ellen, are you?
Pride in that. Yes, I am.
Okay. We'll see.
Well,
Like, carry on? Yeah, cool. Tom, if you ever come back, who would be on your radar?
Two of them are in the chat, who I've not wrestled one-on-one before. I got to wrestle Logan in a tag, my last match. We've always wanted that singles match. Always. That's probably my biggest regret is that we didn't get to have that. Also regret the fact we never got to wrestle CueBall. Obviously circumstances, you know, more important than wrestling, we'll say that. And that, yeah, I felt Tristan as well. I'd love to wrestle Tristan. A guy I really learned a lot from. I still talk to regularly to this day about wrestling and about different things. One other person is Armina Lily in an intergender match. She's someone I've known for a long time and did a bit of training with and stuff and still talk to this day. And that's someone I'd really love to have wrestled. But I stopped just as she was sort of breaking out. So that's another regret of mine, but that's something I'd have loved to have happened. But we'll see.
So interesting, very interesting. I got one last question actually. That wasn't the last question. I got one more. Just thought of one. So, what are your thoughts on the current RWS champion? Whoever wants to go first, go ahead. Your thoughts on the current RWS champion? Because I personally think he's just a coward. He hides behind that mask, and he has all of his Fury Knights behind him, so he thinks he's a somebody. And because he got that belt, he thinks he's absolutely fantastic. So that's my opponent, who I want to be going against when RWS comes back. I want to kick the living shit out of him, take that mask off, so everybody can see his ugly mug.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with CueBall, to be honest.
Neutral word has been spoken.
I mean, Kevin Fury makes me furious, to be honest. You know, obviously he won the belt off me, and I know the reason why this happened. You know, he had all his little clique in the crowd, right? They were just making so much noise, and it was just distracting me. It was unfair, you know. They should have banned him away from the building, and yeah, I was just distracted. I think he's not a champion, you know.
Who is he? Why is he running? Why is he wearing a mask? Why? I think we need to know who's behind the mask, to be quite fair.
In the words of Lewis Blaine, why?
Exactly.
I've got my own little view. Well, one little opinion I want to say, actually. A little bit shooty, we'll call it that. You referenced the entourage in the crowd and his little clique. A little bit of advice for them. If you come to a show and you're watching a show and the guy really who you've come to see has wrestled his match, don't leave the show halfway through. Don't do that. That's so disrespectful to every single person who has tried to entertain you throughout that night. And as somebody who now can't do it anymore for that sacrifice, I find that really disrespectful. My parents hate wrestling, but they came and they stayed and they saw me. So you can do the same. That's not really on Kevin, but that's something that, yeah, I wasn't happy at all with that. That's something that really frustrated me. In regards to Kevin, I feel like he came in and took a spot that was mine when I was there. Personally, I think if I hadn't have had to stop, I feel like I'd be in a position that he was in, because I was in a lot of big matches. I was either opening the show, which to me is the co-main event, especially on an independent level, because that's the match that gets people interested in the rest of the show. And then I was in a lot of main events as well. I think 3 of my last 5 matches for RWS anyway were main events or openers. So I think that was my spot. And whether I'd have won a belt or whatever, that we'll never know. But for me, that was my spot, and he came in and took it. And I still think there might be more people there that maybe deserve that spot a little bit more. But one thing you can't argue, and I referenced the entourage earlier, is that he does bring in people. You can't take that away from him. He brings in a few people to watch, and that's the business, isn't it? But I'd say on a wrestling front, I think there are more deserving people. That's not necessarily a shot on him, but I just think there are personally.
Okay.
But to end that, don't leave wrestling shows early unless you have very good reason to, because the people there are like, it's a dangerous thing. They're killing themselves to entertain you, regardless of what level of show you're watching. Just show respect to the guys that are trying to respect and entertain you. That's my end point on that.
That was good, wasn't it? That was good.
Content.
Yeah. No, it's everybody's entitled to their own opinion. At the end of the day, I'm glad you said what you wanted to say. This is what this is for. Everybody's got their opinions. I agree with you in terms of him taking his spot, because I remember the first year when I was with RWS, me and Damian had a lot of matches. Couldn't quite get that belt off him. Either that was because Big D, who is now my tag team partner, came in and screwed me over. For whatever reason, jealousy, I think. Or it's just because, I would personally say, Damian, you can be quite screwed on in matches. When I cashed in on you for the title, I think, when Big D interrupted, you knew what to do. It's like he was ready. It's like almost like you two planned it out, if you will. Maybe you did. I don't know. But yeah, Big D came out. I turned around and you speared the fuck out of me, and you fucked my rib. In all honesty, so I'll give you that. But yeah, so obviously I had my time out and I was replaced easily. So it is. It's just one of those things. As soon as you go out, you can easily get replaced, and it's a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. And you got to put yourself back in them rankings. You got to move yourself back up again.
I'll attest to that, because there's a reason I came back for you when I came back originally from the injury.
Came back for me.
came for you because you were. I needed someone to get me to the level of facing Damian or Logan. I can't remember. Well, Logan was champ at the time, but obviously him and Damian were still having a few matches. But there's a reason I jumped on you to get to that level.
Well, that's just one of them matches that may happen in the future.
Indeed.
Just remember what happened. You know, you thought you had the better of me. And then out of nowhere, my hands went around your neck and you shit yourself.
Hey, I'm a different man now. Like, come on.
Fair enough. All right, so that was a lovely chat, wasn't it? It was a nice chat. Get to know you all properly and all that crap.
Cool.
So I've been CueBall, obviously. This down here has been the monster of RWS, Damian. This at the bottom, I want to say bottom left. That's been West Country champion Logan. And that there next to me is Tom Bond, who hopefully will be back in that ring very, very soon. If not,
Wrestling, no. Not wrestling.
So this has been CueBall's Bearded Rambles. Stay safe all, and thanks for coming on, guys. I'll see you after lockdown.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm coming for that title.
Oh, he's got the title there. He's got the title there. Show it to the camera.
Does it look polished enough or not? Is it?
Yeah, it looks shiny.
Yeah.
Looks shiny.
Sweet. That's it.
There we go. Right. Hashtag. Yeah.